And basically what we're doing is we're finding the average between the x's and the average between the y's. So our midpoint formula, remember, is just you're going to add your x's together, divide by 2, do the same thing with your y's. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to take -2 and add it to 4. Divide that by 2. Do the same thing with the y's. I'm going to say 1 plus 10, and I'm going to divide it by 2. So basically we're finding the ordered pair that's halfway in between. So I'm going to add -2 plus 4, different signs, subtract, so I get 2 over 2, and then 11 over 2. Okay, and so what we do here is I'm going to go ahead and reduce this, so this will be 1. And then this you could leave this as 5.5. So that would be the midpoint between the two. Now in example 2, they're wanting us to show that we're basically proving that 1 and 5.5 is the midpoint of the line segment. So for it to be the midpoint, it has to be equal distance from both the 2, 1, and from 4, 10. So what we're going to do is use the distance formula to see where that is. So let's do 1 minus 2, -2. Okay, and then remember we're going to square that. Okay, and then add that to the change in y. So let's go 5.5 minus 1, and we'll square that. Okay, and let's see what that distance is. So let's go ahead and double negative. So we're going to end up adding these two numbers. So we end up with 3 squared, and then we have plus 4.5 squared. Okay, and we square that, and we get 29.25, the square root of 29.25. Okay, so that's the distance from this to this point. Now, for it to be the midpoint, it also has to be the same distance from here to here. So let's do 1 minus 4 squared, and then we're going to do plus 5.5 minus 10 squared. So we end up with 3 here. Okay, we're going to square that. Okay, then we have 5.5 minus 10.5, which is going to be negative 4.5, but then we're going to square it. So we end up with distance is equal to 9 plus 4.5 squared, which is 20.25. And so we end up with the same distance, which it should have been. So the distance between here from 1.1 and 5.5 and -2, 1, and 1 and 5.5, and these are the same. So the distances are the same, so that would be the midpoint of this.